Hello, everybody, and welcome to Purgatory. We have a very fun guest today. We have the one, the only Craig Burns, or if you look at his Instagram, Craig Buns, which we'll have that down in the description so you can go follow him, see all the silly, goofy stuff he posts, and upcoming shows for him. Uh, Craig, welcome to Purgatory.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Course. And for anybody who has not seen Purgatory before, Craig is going to play as a character who has recently died, and I play as Gavin, who determines his afterlife and eternity. Craig, could you tell us a little bit about who you're going to be playing today?
I'm going to be Duncan Futter,
Hmm.
and Duncan Futter is a backflip consultant for Hollywood movies and television.
We all need a backflip consultant.
Yes. So well, I guess I'll get into it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's see where Duncan Futter ends up.
Where am I?
Oh, hi, hi. My name is Gavin. You are in Purgatory right now. I'm sure you've heard of us.
No. Death?
Yep, death. The big final one.
Damn it.
It's okay, bud. It's okay.
I was never supposed to die.
Never.
No.
Well, I do get to determine your afterlife, but if you could tell me a little bit about why you weren't supposed to die, I'd be really interested.
There was a guy at Walmart who came up to me and he told me I was never going to die.
And that's the only you've believed that forever?
Sure, he was wearing a top hat.
Okay. Well, I do hate to break it to you. Um, I think that guy was lying or on drugs.
Ah. I thought, you know what? Well, here's the thing. Another guy came up to me and said, you are going to die. But then the next day I went to a Kroger
Uh-huh.
and then another guy with a fancier hat told me that I was not going to die. So he canceled it out in my head. Oh,
So two people have told you you're not gonna die, and one told you you were.
yes. Odds and evens.
Okay, okay, interesting. Well, we know now that you will die,
I
'cause you,
guess.
yeah. Um, could you tell me a little bit about your life and what you've done and kind of your story and your journey outside of Walmart's and Kroger's?
I am, I was a backflip consultant for Hollywood movies and TV.
And what did that entail? Just every backflip in a movie, you went do it this way?
Basically, yes. So for people see a backflip in a movie and they think, well, that's a stunt guy. That's actually not true. If it's Brad Pitt, if it's any actor or something like that, it's them doing a backflip, and that's because of people like me, backflip consultants, who are instructing them to do it. So I'm with them the whole time. I'm a backflip consultant, and then so when they get ready to do the stunt where they do a backflip, I'm over there with a big megaphone, and I go, jump, flip, land, and that gives them direction. Jump, flip, land, and that way they know.
Yeah, so that is the only instruction that you provide for them is jump, flip, land.
That's it. But if I get that wrong, somebody could go to the hospital.
Has anybody gone to the hospital before?
I have because I've actually never done a backflip before.
Oh,
And you know what? Now that my memory is coming back to me, I think that's how I died.
you died doing a backflip?
Yes, I died doing a backflip trying to show because I was really frustrated with George Clooney,
Yeah.
and he was not. I told him jump, and he would jump, and I told him flip, and then he would flip, and then he wouldn't land. He would just stay up in the air.
Mm.
So, and then I was getting real frustrated, so I tried to do a backflip the first time. I've never done a backflip. You don't need to be able to do a backflip to be a backflip consultant, but I did a backflip, and then I landed on my head.
Wow, that sounds very dangerous. Did you fail the backflip because nobody was shouting instructions at you?
Nobody was shouting. That was my biggest mistake.
Yeah. You didn't have a consultant for you.
No, that's the thing is it's like, how barbers don't cut their own hair.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Hmm.
But I shouldn't have tried the backflip in the first place because I can hardly jump.
Yeah. How high is your vertical?
Maybe I'm not joking around or being funny. Maybe 2 inches.
I see. I see. So how did you get a job as a backflip consultant if you cannot yourself backflip or jump higher than 2 inches?
Because I'm literally so good at shouting out the directions. Nobody can shout it out better than I can.
Okay, so it's a lot like you have a script that you stick to.
Jump, jump, flip, land. Nobody can do that. Like nobody can do it like I can.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever met somebody here who has done that before.
Well, Hollywood's gonna have a huge problem because I was the only backflip consultant.
Yeah, now I see here on your resume, and I think this probably goes into your line of work, but it might not because it doesn't specifically say the incident. But it does say here that you did save somebody's life. Was
Yes,
that with backflipping or is that unrelated?
it was with backflipping. I saw there was a kid that was falling.
Hmm.
He was falling off of a bridge. And I, with my backflip consulting work, I leapt into action and I did quick thinking and I said, land! And he landed. He was jumping off a bridge. He was trying to do the world record for bridge falling.
Wow.
And I knew that was wrong. And he was going to die. So I said land. So basically, if somebody's jumping off the Burj Khalifa and I say land, usually that means they can land it.
So whenever you say the words, it's almost like a magical spell where they have to
Incantations.
land.
It's again, this is why I'm hired for this because that's why Julia Roberts is able to do a backflip and Aaron Brockovich.
Wow. Wow. So the actors never practice the stunts beforehand. You just tell them what to do and their body instinctually does it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's exactly it.
And this power clearly translates over to bridges, towers.
Yes.
Have you done any volunteer work to help with saving people?
I'm really selfish and I just don't want to. So I no. And if that makes me go to hell or whatever this is, I actually fully have not do not have a grasp on what's going on right now. But if that means I go to hell because I didn't help people jumping, I do it when I want to.
I see. So, does that mean you've fully watched people die in front of you when you could have saved them?
There was one time where I had a ball gag in my mouth and I couldn't say anything.
Did you put the ball gag in while they were jumping so that you couldn't say anything in a situation like this were to happen where you would have to defend yourself? Or was it a very kinky night?
Both.
So the ball gag was present, you saw someone jump, and you were like, uh-uh.
I couldn't do it because of the ball gag.
I see, I see. And was this somebody that you knew, or did you see them across the way? Or
This was my grandmother.
so your grandmother was a part of that very kinky night.
Well, she was adjacent.
Is that why she jumped?
Listen, do you have to know everything? I don't,
What is my job to know every part of your life?
she was she was involved. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not sure I do want to know the rest of this story.
Let's not get into it.
Um, let's go to something else. Speaking of um, fun nights and some might say pillow princesses. I see here that you have a fondness for pillows.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, first of all, this is a good thing for you to bring up because I wanted to say that it was my powers is not just for people, it is for objects. So I really was, and I did enjoy pillows because I could make them do a backflip in my bed.
Wow.
I would say jump, flip, land, and it would do it.
That that is incredible. You could just stare at it and it would do it. You don't have to pick it up and throw it.
No, it was like you ever play Block Swords, the Flash game?
I can't say I have.
It was like that.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it would just, you know,
Yeah.
uncool math games.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Yeah, I like
Um,
pillows.
yeah. Yeah. And I can now talking to you a little bit, I can understand why one of these things is on your resume as well. Um, but I would love to know the backstory behind it. I see here that a law was created because of you.
Yes,
What was that law?
it was perjury in court.
Could you give me a little bit more detail about the perjury in court?
I was the first person to lie in court.
Oh, wow. What was the lie?
It was that I said I can't make people do backflips.
And they realized that that was a lie?
And this was connected to the thing with the grandmother, yes. So,
Hmm.
but yes, and then this is where the ball I lied and saying that I couldn't do it, which I don't know. I already came up with this plan to do the ball gag thing, so I don't know why I lied and said that I couldn't do, even though I am a my job is backflip consultant for Hollywood movies. So
Mhm.
why would I lie about that? But yes, I was the first person to ever lie in court, so they made it so that you can't do that.
I see. I see.
It was an honor system before me.
Yeah. And I think that it is nice that you were able to give them such a template for making that a rule. Clearly, that was your intention, right?
Right. So I get to go to heaven, right?
Well, maybe. I do need to still talk about a few other things that have happened in your life and get more of your story.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that's pretty good for heaven, right?
it is a pretty good mark for heaven, yeah. But you did kill your grandmother.
Well, well, I just didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything.
But if you could have stopped it very easily and you chose not to.
Oh, so you're the cop? Are you Mr. Police then?
Well, I am kind of a enforcement in a way.
Right. Okay. Well, I've done a lot of good things, so why don't we get to those?
Yeah, yeah. Could you tell me one of the I don't see any other good things explicitly on your resume besides saving a life. So
I
could you
get
tell me what? Yeah, go for it.
I gave mouth to mouth to a frog.
You gave mouth to mouth to a frog.
Yes, I saved his life.
How do you know that you saved its life?
Because I saw him in the water and he jumped out and his he was doing and I thought he was drowning. So I gave him back his life.
So you saw a frog get out of water,
Yes.
thought it was drowning on the land, and
Yes.
then when it started to ribbit like frogs do, you gave
I
it.
don't know that.
You don't know that
I
frogs
don't know.
ribbit.
Whatever you're telling me, I don't know. I'm learning literally for the first time.
So frogs live in water.
Well, listen, I don't look at frogs in water. I look at them on land.
And do you think they're drowning on land often?
I've given mouth to mouth to
Uh-huh.
so many frogs.
I s-
I'm called the angel of the pond for a reason, Gavin.
is that a name that you made up yourself for yourself, or have other people called you that consistently?
I started the name and people have called me that once I've made it my name on trivia nights and the announcers have said the name.
I see. Um, so let me, okay, I'm
That
gonna,
should account for something, a trivia host recognizing you as the angel of the pond.
it. It does count for something. Yes. Um, I also do see here, I know you want to talk about your good things in life a lot,
Yes.
but I do have to talk about some of the bad things as well to see how bad they really were.
Sure, I'm not Saint Stephen,
Uh-huh. Maybe Saint Futter. Ha.
Right.
And so I see here that you broke a priceless work of art.
Yes.
How did you break it?
It was the Mona Lisa.
Oh,
I thought, so you remember when those climate protesters like threw soup on it?
uh-huh.
I thought that was fun. I don't care about the reason for it, but I liked throwing soup on stuff. I
Uh-huh.
liked that. So I threw a soup on it again. I ripped off the frame. That was their problem. They didn't rip off the frame. I ripped off the frame and then, yeah, the original paper
So you basically tore it in half and then doused it in soup.
for no agenda. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So far you have killed your grandmother,
Well, again, you and I disagree on the meaning of the word kill. Okay, clearly.
allegedly killed your grandmother.
No. Mm.
Allegedly. Do we need to revisit that part?
No, let's
How
move
did,
on.
what reason did she jump for, Duncan?
She she thought one of her soaps was on the damn ground, okay? She thought one of her soap operas was on the damn ground.
Was it?
Well, no, she was an old woman. She was confused.
So you're saying that she walked into a room of you having some kink-fueled night
Yes, and she got on her footstool and she
for,
tried to kill herself because of what she saw.
but what she saw was the soap opera, not you
She
having.
thought she tried to kill herself and she thought one of her soap operas was on the ground.
And then she jumped off.
She jumped about 2 feet, but when you're old, things can, you get a cold, you can die.
So she didn't jump out of the window, she jumped off of a footstool.
Yes,
And you put a ball gag in your mouth
I
while
already had it.
when
I'm
was it in
confused.
your mouth?
My life is a complete mess.
Okay, what so
I was putting in the ball gag as it was happening.
as she jumped or as she walked into the room?
Everything's so hazy. I don't all I know is that my grandma fell 2 feet, and if I were to say land,
Uh-huh.
or if I were to say flip and then land, she could have hit her head, which she did anyways. But it was so fast. Everything was happening so fast.
But I was under the impression that your powers make it so that whenever you say land, she wouldn't hit her head. She
Right, but I saw. Do you remember? There's a dog. It was like episode of Fairly Odd Parents where that little dog that flips.
yeah.
I had one of those in my hand and I was thinking about it, so I knew that I was going to say flip,
So
so I
you
said nothing,
so
and
you
I had the ball gag in my mouth.
so you put a ball gag in your mouth to stop your little tiny toy dog from flipping, and then watched as your grandmother fell 2 feet to her death
Yes,
because of a soap opera, not
she. At least I think to me, there's two things. I was saying the two options because I think that there's two options what could have happened. Is one, she killed herself because she saw me engaging in a sex act, or two, that she thought one of her damn soap operas was on the ground.
So, did she say anything that would lead you to believe that she saw her soap opera box on the ground?
I'm not Dr. Watson. I mean, I can't infer these things, but I can guess.
So,
And my grandma loves her soaps.
so then that leads me back to the other question. was a soap opera on the ground.
But she might have th no, but she might have thought there was.
So you've killed your grandmother.
We are just so different on this.
I I understand that. However, I think by technicality, you killed your grandmother. You've lied in court. You have
To
forcefully
save a life.
played with frogs,
Yes,
and you ruined the Mona Lisa off of no agenda.
off of complete, yes, complete. Just I wanted to do it and it would be fun.
I see. Now,
Can we get to the good stuff?
yeah,
Maybe.
could you tell me another one of your crowning achievements in life?
Uh, let's see. I donated to a GoFundMe once.
What was the GoFundMe and how much money?
It was a GoFundMe to make purple every color,
Uh-huh.
and I donated $10.
Now you see, Duncan, that does not override the bad stuff.
Purple's an awesome color.
I agree. I love the color purple. Um, However, $10 is not enough money to make that change, nor does it repent.
So only Mother Teresa can get into, your Hall of Fame that is heaven.
No, people who don't murder,
Again, we are just so different on that. We are so different on that.
okay, okay, people who don't lie in court,
Again, I have led it to make it so that people that don't do that anymore.
that is true. That is true. But why did you do it in the first place?
To save a life,
Whose life?
to save my own life, because I would have gone to jail.
And you would have gone to jail because they would have thought that you murdered her?
They would have thought.
Okay. And you also ruined a priceless work of art, one of the great wonders of the world.
It's overrated.
Now,
You
that
ever,
doesn't mean that you should ruin it.
you ever seen a picture of like KK Slider with muscles?
I have not.
You can Google it. They should have put that there instead.
So, did you replace it with that picture?
Yes, I did.
So, you had a printout picture that you taped onto the wall after destroying the Mona Lisa.
Yes.
See, now here's the thing. I don't think that you can make an argument that you're
Well,
a good person based off of that.
let me tell you this. When I put that picture up, everyone said, "That's better. That's better. We like that. That's better." That's all I heard in France.
So you heard people in English chanting,
Yes.
that's better.
It's one of the biggest tourist spots in the world.
So all of these different walks of life, every different country was there, and every one of them in unison in English said that's better.
In this occasion, it seems like you don't believe me, but yes, in this occasion, yes.
I see. Now, do you have any other grand acts that might save you? I'm on your side here, Duncan. I want you to go to a good place. And I just don't see anything on here besides the saving one life that is worthy of a heaven.
All right. I didn't want to pull this card.
Hmm.
I didn't want to have to pull this card,
Okay.
but I created a playground for children to play on.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Could you tell me more about the playground?
It's made of all car parts.
All car parts?
All car parts. So the slide's made out of mufflers.
Okay.
We have a and it's got oil on it so you can go really fast.
How many injuries have happened at this park?
Whatever, basically, like in terms of numbers, like zero.
Has anybody gone to it?
Yes,
How many?
like multiple.
Okay. So you
It's
made,
in my backyard.
so you're trying to lure children into your
No,
yard.
you're getting this so complete. Is there somebody else I can talk to about this? I mean,
I'm sorry, you're stuck with me, and we do have a time. I'm sorry, but you only have 1 minute left. But I will let you give me your sales pitch of what you want your heaven to be like and why you think you deserve to go.
okay. Well, you clearly didn't like all the other stuff I did, but imagine Hollywood movies without backflips. That scene in the Slumdog Millionaire where he gets excited about how he won that quiz show. He does a backflip. That was me. That scene in the Darjeeling Unlimited where
Mm-hmm.
they're in India and they all three of the brothers do a backflip. How about, I'm on the show, one barefoot contestant, when she makes a really good meal, she does a backflip on the show. At the end of every episode, she does a backflip because she made a really good spaghetti and meatballs. That's me. When Bugs Bunny does a backflip, that's me too.
I see.
And
Um,
what would we be without that?
I'm so sorry. We are out of time now. And it is up to me to make my decision of your afterlife, your eternity for all of existence. Um, so I'll start with the bad, and I'll also give you the good as well, to
Okay.
get my thought process out there. So you've killed your grandmother,
Again, no.
then lied about it in court.
Okay. That's your opinion.
You admitted to being selfish and not caring about other people.
That's okay.
You destroyed the Mona Lisa and put up a different piece of artwork in its
K
place.
KK Slider with blue shorts and huge muscles. Tight blue shorts.
Yes, that's the one. Um, and I think in the neutral category, I'll put the playground. So I won't give that a good or a bad because it does seem like a death trap, but I do genuinely think that your intentions were in the right place with that.
Thank you.
Um, on the positive side, you donated $10 to make everything the color purple.
Yes.
Which on a sliding point scale of 1 to 100, and negative 100 to 100, I'll say negative 100 being the worst thing, 100 being the best thing, I'd give it a 0.5. So it is a positive. You did save somebody's life, though, which I think is by far the best thing that you did in your existence. And you also did make people backflip,
Yes, I did.
which I would put at about a 10 on that scale. So I don't think you deserve the bottomless pits of hell.
Okay.
I don't think you deserve an eternity of being tortured. Partly because I think you might enjoy that a little bit. But I also don't want to give you a beautiful heaven for yourself because of all the nasty things that you did.
Maybe
Um,
after a while.
I think the best afterlife for you would be to put you in a movie theater where you watch all of your movies and all of the flip scenes that you have done, and then everybody in the theater actively hates the flips
That would suck.
and vocalizes how much they hate these flips.
That would suck.
Um, I
That's my life's work.
I'm gonna make you go into that afterlife.
Whatever.
Well, I'm glad we agree on that then.
Whatever.
Well, Duncan, I hope you have a good time in your theater.
I won't.
Well, that's not my problem anymore.